Significant changes go into effect for Social Security January 1st, 2023. That is the subject of this video. Welcome to the Financial Fast Lane. My name is Lane Martinson. And so today we're going to be talking about some of these changes that are going into effect January 1st, 2023. And I'm going to use these numbers here on the board. So the big change that everyone has been waiting on is, what is the actual COLA or cost of living increase going to be? And it comes in at a solid 8.7%. Now, most people, when we talk about the cost of living increase, they will typically say, yeah, well, Medicare is just going to increase and you're not going to really see much of a difference. But that's really not the case this year. Medicare is not increasing. In fact, it's actually decreasing a little bit in 2023. And so this really is a significant increase. It's the largest, it's in the top 4 largest ever increases. And so it really does make a big difference. So that is going to come into effect. Now, another big change is this number here. So this has to do with how much of the payroll tax is being taxed for Social Security. And it went from $147,000 of wages, and then it was capped. As of 2023, it's increasing all the way up to $160,200. So this is the FICA tax for Social Security and Medicare. So what that means is higher income earners are going to be paying more in tax. It comes out to about $1,800 more tax that will be required. Now, when it comes to claiming your Social Security benefits, we have the earliest age possible of 62, right? The longest you would ever want to go with claiming benefits is 70. There is never any advantage to delay past 70. And so this is kind of the range. Now, for most people, the full retirement age is 66 or 67. And we're getting closer and closer to 67 these days based on your date of birth. And so if this is the full retirement age, and then you claim your benefits at age 62, it's going to represent a 30% reduction in benefits. But you have several years of payments that you would otherwise not get, right? And so I have in other videos where we go into talking about when you might want to claim your benefits. And it really does depend on your specific situation is what's better. Sometimes claiming early makes a lot of sense for folks. But there is more money long term when you delay. So it just depends on what your needs are and your strategy is. Now, the earnings limit is also changing as of 2023. So what this has to do with, this is the earnings limit. So this has to do if you claim Social Security benefits prior to your full retirement age and you're still working. And so this number has increased. This is what it will be in 2023. What that means is you can claim your benefits early, and you can continue to work and earn up to $21,240 with no penalties. But for every dollar that you earn over and above that amount, it's a 50% penalty on those Social Security dollars. And so if you're still working and have a substantial income, it is probably not going to make a lot of sense to claim early. It'd be better to let the Social Security benefits get larger until you actually retire. Now, this is the new number here for the earnings limit in the year that you reach your full retirement age. And so if your full retirement age is, say, 67, and your birthday is, say, November, well, in January of that year, you could claim benefits, you could earn up to $56,520 without any penalty. So it's a much higher limit. And then if you did surpass that, the penalty is not quite as stiff. So now, Social Security, we've talked about this, how and why it's so complex, and it's a government program that started out as one thing in one way, and then it changed a lot over time. And so there are 2,728 rules with Social Security, and then there's another set of rules. It's called the Program Operating Manual System. There's 100,000 rules in that manual that are used to define the 2,728 rules. And so it's really a very complex system. And so I think something that's important to know is that, when we talk about Social Security claiming strategies and what's the best age and so forth, when Social Security was the original intent was that Social Security benefits would be actuarially fair, meaning that if you claimed early, you would have several years more of payments, but they'd be less. And if you waited till later, you have less years of payments, but when the payments start, they're larger. But based on national life expectancy, it kind of worked out to be fair. So it kind of worked out regardless of what you did. That was the initial idea and intent. But something very significantly changed, and that was the fact that we live much longer than we do, back 1935 when they first established those mortality tables. And they've never adjusted those, and I don't know that they will. And so now it's tilted in favor of the recipient. And so now Social Security is on the hook to pay out a lot more than it was originally intended. So when you defer, depending on your life expectancy, there really is more money that can be had. So just something to understand. There are more than 500 different ways to claim your Social Security benefits when you do it, combinations of strategies. Most people think it's simple. You just contact Social Security and say, yeah, I'd like to start my benefits, and they say, okay, and they turn them on. Which takes us to this last number here. 74% of everyone that is currently receiving Social Security benefits, they are receiving less than what they were eligible to receive. And so there's a lot of room for better planning when it comes to Social Security. Social Security is only one piece of your complex financial life, and you don't want to just isolate and think of Social Security as one thing, but you really want to coordinate it with all the other components of your life, your work, your other income, if you have retirement accounts and so forth. So I hope you found this beneficial. I have another video here that you might want to check out where we go into a little more detail on the best strategies for claiming your benefits. But there really are some significant increases that go into effect 2023. And look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Financial Fast Lane.